Hey, replay viewers. This is Tim David. This is where we watch our family movies for movie night, and just coming to you to do my daily live stream of the day for the Get Speaking Gigs gang. And I got to be honest, didn't want to do it today. Didn't want to do it today. Just felt like, after a long weekend, it's tough to kind of get back into the groove. But I have a very important topic. And I basically just went in. I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I didn't know what to talk about. I feel like I've covered everything in my blog and video series and courses and all this other stuff at getspeakinggigs.com. What could I possibly talk about now? And then I remembered, hey, sometimes people still ask me questions. And one of those questions came during the summit. And the question had to do with the website. When is it appropriate to develop your speaker website? Now, this question came from my friend Lincoln, I believe. And he said, as a magician, I put a little thing on my website that says, hey, I offer speaking now. And it was like a page on my magician website to book speaking gigs. And he said it didn't work out very well. And I'm not surprised, right? Very rarely is putting up a page on a website going to bring in speaking gigs. I want you to think about booking speaking gigs in the way that you might think an A-list celebrity actor books roles. How do they get to that place where they are that A-list celebrity actor, or B-list or C-list, just an actor trying to book roles? And the answer is they don't put up a website, right? That's not step one. So similarly, it's not step one to put up a website as far as marketing yourself as a speaker. There are other steps that you must have in place. First and foremost, you got to know what your topic is. And second most, you've got to know how to communicate the value of that topic to an audience. So you've got to have a great speech title. You've got to have a great speech description. We talk about creating silver bullets and premise statements and the for who's and all kinds of different ways to package that information so it is crystal clear in your head, but also when it comes out of your mouth or in an email or some other communication, which comes way before website, by the way, communication. And we'll talk about what kind of communication. Then it has to be also clear to the person hearing it. So all that has to happen long before website even enters the picture. Second thing that has to happen long before website enters the picture is you've got to be out there doing speaking gigs. You've got to have demo footage. You've got to have testimonials and client logos and all those things that build trust. Because a website's job is to increase the level of trust in someone hiring you. Now, that's really all it is. Yes, you want to have some, you want it to increase your awareness, but the marketing channels that bring people to the website, that's the real marketing. The website itself is about alleviating the fear, building the trust, and allowing someone to look at you and say, aha, this is a person who can deliver a message well, and this is a message that we want to hear. So that's what a website's job is. So long before you need any of that, before you're doing outreach and before you're doing all this stuff, you want to be out doing speaking gigs, right? And you want to be having conversations. Before you expand your network, you want to tap into your current network. And you may think, I don't have a current network. I don't know any corporation people who are hiring speakers. Well, you know people who know people, right? You might know people and not know that that's what they do. So, there's ways to tap into social media or personal email lists or just scrolling through your phone contacts and then reaching out and saying, hey, this is what I want to do. Do you know anybody that I could pick their brain for 10 or 15 minutes? And then you start having conversations. The other way you can do this is by getting on stages that want you to speak for free. And they're desperate for you to speak for free. And you're willing to speak for free because you know that you need to get in front of audiences if you ever want to get in front of audiences. So when you stand on their stage, when you deliver the message that has been clearly packaged and delivered in such a way that makes people go, aha, this person is a speaker and I get it, then you don't need a website to build the trust because they have seen you. They are someone in the audience who can refer you to someone and that person trusts them. So you don't need the website to build the trust at that point. I can't tell you how long I went without a website. And when I did have a website, it was really more about just alleviating my own fears, and I feel like I need to look professional. And it really was just for me. And the gigs that I booked directly as a result of my website is, guess what? Not really directly as a result of my website. It came through word of mouth or outreach or some kind of way to bring people to that website. So if you are not having people coming to your website already, you don't need the website. Right? If you're not driving traffic or at a place in your speaking career where you're ready to do that outreach and drive people to a website, guess what? You actually don't need a website. I know that sounds like sacrilege for a marketing person to say you don't need a website to get started, but you really don't. In fact, if anything, it's going to be a distraction, and it's going to be very, very frustrating to try to create a website that's good enough in your mind when you don't have demo footage, client testimonials, actual speaking experience. What are you going to put on that website? Hire me? This is what I speak about? That's not going to build the kind of trust that you need to build to book a high figure speaking gig. So once again, use that analogy in your head. What does an actor do? They go out, they audition for roles. They sort of increase their network. Maybe they get an agent or something like that. And once again, in the speaking world, you're not ready for an agent just yet. You're not ready until you don't need the agent, until you don't need the speakers bureau. But that is another video for another day. I gotta save some content for you people. I gotta make sure I don't just completely unload my entire brain in one 6-minute video, because what'll I talk about tomorrow? So hey, here's what I want you to do. I want you to ask me a question in the comments below that you want me to talk about in a future video. That way, I don't run out of stuff to talk about that is relevant for you and meaningful and valuable for you, because why am I doing this if it's not to bring value to the people watching it? Yes, it helps me and anybody considering doing a live stream challenge in the world of speaking. Yeah, it certainly helps you develop your chops. It certainly helps you increase your reach. There's a lot of benefits to you, but my focus, as should be your focus, is to deliver the value through those videos. So we're getting a little bit on the long side today. Hopefully that question, when should I get a speaker website, was addressed for you. Usually the answer is not quite yet for most of the people that come to me and say, how do I get these speaking gigs? Most of the people are not quite ready for a website. But if that is you, and if you are ready for a website, I believe, and I'm just going to kind of throw this out there, Cynthia Lay has an offering. I believe it's simply speakerwebsites.com. But do some Google work. I'll put it in the comments below. And check out speakerwebsites.com if you are ready. This is non-sponsored. I don't get anything for this. It's just a resource that I have come across. I haven't used her personally yet, but yeah, that's just a quick place to check in the meantime. All right, that is it from me. We'll speak soon.